Okay, hello teacher again. I'm Angel, and I'm gonna talk about the Canterville Ghost. Okay. Yeah, I really need those points. Sorry, but I don't know what I just did in the last activities. So, we're gonna talk about the author. Okay. At the beginning, I love this reading because when I was young, I love haunted things, ghosts, and the stuffs. And I love castles, and that's all. I love that thing. But now I read again this thing, and it's better because for kids they maybe cool many things, stuff like that. So, leaving that part, okay, let's start. This guy, Oscar Wilde, is from Ireland, from Dublin. Um, he was a little bit different because because he was not against, but he used to think different, a little bit different um, of the way to think of the queen, queens and kings and those stuffs. He had a wife. He had two kids, and that's all. He make many things, many famous things. As you know, this one it was really famous. When I was young, I read this thing as the Canterville Castle. For me, it was the reading was a castle. Um, I think in here they never mention a castle, but I maybe I gonna get confused because I it makes me remember. Okay, so let's continue. The most important events. Let's suppose that we have the family Otis. It's a big family. They are from America, and they want to live in England. Okay, um, they want to change. That's supposed that Oscar Wilde want to play because they were like in a fight, kind of in a fight. They were saying that in America they had money, but they don't have like a, they were too old in the way to think, or something like that. They were fighting. Now we know that nowadays US is better than England, but that's another thing. Um, the thing is that Oscar Wilde is laughing about that, but the thing is that this guy wants to live in England. He was working in the government, um, and this guy changed to live on the on England, okay? But anything that the guys from that part said, for example, this is a haunted house, you're gonna die, we wouldn't sleep, you don't gonna, whatever. This guy never care about it, he said, "Oh, if you have a ghost, I'm gonna pay extra money for it." And it's like, "Come on, what?" Um, Maybe this guy is a little bit crazy or something like that. But he never cared about the ghost, and he said that if he watch a ghost or something like that, he gonna make a museum and he gonna ask money for if you want to see the ghost, you have to pay it, okay? And it's like, oh, come on, that's a really nice way to think. Um, um, at the end of the day, the Lord Canterville, I think it was the first owner of that castle or house or whatever. But the guy bought the house, he bought it, and when they start, I found over there one new word which was a bloodstain. Okay, for me, I will say. I found blood on the floor, but it's not that, it's bloodstain, okay? And the other word that I found, it was on when the book talked about the author, okay? It was widely, Obviously, the author was a dramatic and poetic thing. You know, he made me a lot of stories, and those dramatist is the word. Sorry, um, reader and those stuff. And he traveled around the I think they mentioned Europe and American. I don't know if around the world, but let's say around the world. Okay. Um, that suppose when they arrive to the house, castle, as you want to say, you know, all the world said, I hear maybe noises, a skeleton gonna touch you, or you know, whatever. They never care about it. It's like they say, like, come on, Americans don't believe in ghosts. We don't care about it. For me, it's not danger this thing, and they avoid it, as I told you. And when they arrive with horses, you know, it was really old, a lot of years ago, and you use carriage, okay. Um, they arrived. The housekeeper received them. She were showing them the big castle, and they found a blood stain, okay, in the floor. And she said, "Oh, if you never no, it's like you cannot clean that thing." And he said, "Oh, come on, we are from America. We have the best thing, the best cleaner. I don't know the name of the thing. For me, it was a commercial." He said, "We had the best thing to clean it," and at the end of the day, he cleaned it, and over there start to have thunders and lightnings. But it starts from the beginning when they were arriving with the horses. For me, it was kind of a coincidence, you know. And the girl started to say, "Oh, the ghost is angry," and stuff like that. And she said, "Oh, come on, I don't deserve this kind of housekeeper. I deserve one machine in this case." Okay, something like that, you know. And basically, they were laughing about the girl. So the girl, the housekeeper, which was a girl, you know. Um, and as I told you, I read before this thing. I think in the next chapter they're gonna talk about the dinner. No, let me think about it. It's something like that. They were eating or something like that, and the child start to play with this guy with the ghost, and he tried to try to scare them, and he can't. Um, you know, and that's all, teacher. Thank you for hearing this thing. Um, that's all.